Hey guys, so welcome. So we're gonna finish up our rules with the last two rules, and those are zero and negative exponents. Okay, so today you might need to pause the video to make sure you have all these notes copied down, okay, because they will help you when we move forward into the 9 weeks. Okay, so this first rule we're going to talk about is zero exponents. Now, I told you that dividing exponents was my favorite rule, but really, zero exponents, okay, when the exponents are zero, that is my favorite rule because any base, okay, except zero, so you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, x, y, z, okay, raised to the 0 power, so the exponent is 0, your answer is going to be 1, okay? So 9 to the 0, that's going to give me 1. That's going to be my answer, okay? Super duper easy, okay? X to the 0, 1. 84 to the 0, just going to give me 1. Okay, so anytime you see anything raised to the 0 power, that whole thing is going to equal 1. Okay? So the last one is negative exponents. So we don't like negative exponents, okay? When you do exponents, when you do these problems, you never want to leave your answer with a negative exponent. It is not pleasing to the eye, it's not pretty, it's hard to work with, so we don't do negative exponents. So anytime you have a negative exponent, to make it positive, okay, you're just going to change the location. Okay, so if you look, x to the negative 2, this is on top, okay? It's not underneath anything, so I'm going to put that underneath the house to make it positive. Okay, so I'm going to have x to the 2nd. So all I did was, this was above the house, I'm putting it underneath the house and making it positive. Okay, y to the negative 3rd, again it's above the house. To make it positive, I'm going to put it below to make it positive. So it's going to be y to the positive 3. Okay, this one, there's a lot going on. But if you look, 3x squared, that is not negative. Okay, so we don't have to change the location to that. So we're going to leave that where it's at. And it's located above the house. However, this y to the negative 5, we don't like that, so we're going to change the location and put it on the bottom to make it positive. Okay, so that's going to be my answer. So all you do is just change in the location. Okay, 9 to the 4th power. So with this one is a fun one, okay? So I want to simplify it before I change the location of everything. So I'm going to do n, and I'm going to add these exponents because we're using the power rule. So 4 plus negative 7 all over 6. Okay, 4 plus negative 7 is going to give me negative 3 over 6. Okay, I'm not going to leave my answer like that because I have a negative 3. So what am I going to do? Put it to the bottom. So I'm going to have 1 over. So anytime you don't have anything left on top, there's an understood 1. So you need to put a 1 over it. And I'm going to have 6 n to the 3rd power. Okay, and that is my answer. So I want you to try these two problems right here. Go ahead, pause the video, and when you're done, hit play to see the solution. Welcome back! Okay, so this one, again, b to the 0, anything raised to the 0 power is going to be 1. So I have 1 times b to the negative 10th. Okay, we don't like that, so we're going to put it underneath the house and make it positive. Okay, so this is my final answer. 1 times 1 over b to the 10th. Okay, anything times 1 is just the other thing. So it's just 1 over b to the 10th. z to the 6th power over 15 to the z to the 9th power. Okay, so this one, my bases are the same, so I'm going to subtract my exponents. So I'm going to do z, 6 minus 9, all over what's left on the bottom, which is 15. Okay, 6 minus 9 is going to give me negative 3 over 15. Okay, we have to take care of that negative by changing the location. So I'm going to have 1 over 15 c to the 3rd. And that is my final answer. Okay. Now there is one more problem I want to do with you guys. Okay, so make sure you write this one down. If I have y to the negative 4th and x to the negative 5, okay, and I want to make those exponents positive, I just changed the location. Okay, so x to the negative 4th is on top, so to make it positive, I'm going to change the location and put it on the bottom. That's a y. Okay. X to the negative 5th is on bottom, so to make it positive, I'm going to change that and put it on the top. So we're just changing the location of it. Okay, and it makes it positive. So sometimes you're going to have a negative exponent in the denominator, and to make it positive, you're just going to put it in the denominator. You're just going to switch. So it doesn't matter if it's on top or bottom. Okay, to make it positive, you just switch the location. If it's on top, you change it to the bottom to make it positive. If it's a negative on the bottom, you change it to the top to make it positive. So just change the location. Yep. So this is the first half of your practice problems. Okay, so go ahead, pause the video, do these problems on another sheet of paper because you will upload that piece of paper to Canvas underneath the assignment when you get done with this lesson. Okay, so go ahead and complete these, and then we're going to move on. So now we've learned about every single kind of rule, exponent rules that we have. So now we're going to put it all together into these problems. Okay, so they look like a lot, okay, but they're really not if you know the rules. So let's look at A. So in A I have, okay, all this stuff, this product to a power. So I have to distribute this 2n to each power, okay? So I distribute this to x to the 3rd. And remember, if I do a power to a power, I'm going to multiply the exponents. So 2 times 3 is going to give me x to the 6. Then I'm going to do it to the 8. So I have 8 times 2 is going to give me 16. Okay? But I also have to distribute this 2 to the denominator too. So 5 times 2 is going to give me 10. And then 2 times 3 is going to give me y to the 6. Okay, but I'm not done yet. I just got rid of that power on the outside of the parentheses. So now, I'm going to look at it further. Okay, so I have division, same base, division. So I'm going to subtract my exponents. So I'm going to have x 6 minus 10. Okay, and then looking at my y's. Okay, same base. So I'm going to subtract my exponents, 16 minus 6. Okay, and then I'm going to do the math. So 6 minus 10 is going to give me 4. Then 16, negative 4, excuse me. The 16 minus 6 is going to give me y to the 10th. Okay, I have a negative exponent, so I'm going to need to change the location of it. So put it on bottom, make it positive. Okay, and this is going to be my final answer. So with these problems, you have to kind of start from one rule and then just work yourself down, okay, as you go through it. Okay, let's look at example B. Okay, I don't have any parentheses or anything like that, so I can go ahead and jump in, okay? So do I have a same base as A? I do, so I'm going to subtract my exponents for A. So I have 2 minus 4. And I like to cross them out when I'm done with them, just so you make sure that you've completed everything. Now we're going to look at my B. Okay, I'm going to use the quotient rule, so 8 minus 2, and then C, 3 minus 8. Okay, so for my A, 2 minus 4 is going to give me negative 2. For my B, 8 minus 2 is going to give me 6. And then 3 minus 8 for C is going to give me negative 5. Not done yet because I don't like negatives, so I'm going to change the location for these two negatives. So I'm going to have B to the 6 over A to the positive 2 and C to the positive 5. Okay, and this is my final answer. There's nothing left I can do to simplify it any farther. So I want you to go ahead and do these 3 problems. Go ahead, pause the video, and when you're done, come back and press play to continue. Okay, welcome back. Okay, so looking at this, I don't have any parentheses, so I can go ahead and start combining. So up here, okay, I have like bases. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to combine those. Okay, this is the product rule, so I'm going to add my exponents. 3 plus 2 is going to give me 5. And I'm going to copy everything else down. So we've done the top, now we're going to look in the denominator. Is there anything I can simplify? Yes, okay, I have like bases. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write down my x to the 9th because I can't combine this with y because they're not the same base. So now, but my 2 y's are, so I'm going to combine these. Okay, this one doesn't have an exponent, but there's an understood 1. Product rule, add my exponents. 3 plus 1 is going to give me 4. Okay. So now, everything is simplified. The top is simplified, the bottom is simplified. So now we can use the quotient rule if we wanted to. And we want to. So I'm going to do x, subtract my exponents, 5 minus 9. And then I'm going to look at my y's, 8 minus 4. Okay, 5 minus 9 is going to give me x to the what? Negative 4. Okay, my y, 8 minus 4 is going to give me positive 4. I don't like this being negative, so I'm going to change the location. Since this is on top, move it to bottom and make it positive. Okay, and that is my answer. Okay, let's look at number 2. Okay, it looks like the product rule, so I'm going to add my exponents because they're like bases. So I'm going to do negative 3 plus negative 8. And signs are the same, so I'm going to add and keep the sign, so that's negative 11. Don't like negatives, change the location, put it on the bottom. So I have 1 over x to the 11th. And then lastly, I have 6 to the 2nd, and then I have this. Now you always want to take care of the parentheses first. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and copy down my numerator, and now I'm going to take care of this. Okay. So I have my parentheses. Okay, so this is a power to a power. There's no variable, okay, that's separating them. So I'm going to keep my base, which is negative 6. Not negative 6, excuse me. It's supposed to be a positive 6. Okay, so I'm going to have 6 and multiply my exponents. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Now I'm going to use my power rule. Okay, so I'm going to do 6, not power rule, quotient rule. I'm going to do 2 minus 8. Okay, Pay really close attention to your signs. Okay, a negative and negatives makes a positive. So 2 plus 8 is going to give me 10. And that is my final answer. Okay, these are a lot. The more you do them, the better you're going to be at them. Okay, it's just having your fanny pack and being able to pull out these rules anytime you need them. Okay, so here's the rest of your practice problems. So go ahead and do this on the sheet of paper that you did the other ones. And when you get done doing these, submit the whole thing to me on the assignments for today. You have a wonderful day.